The old wolf's belly ached with a deep, gnawing hunger. His left hind leg throbbed from an old injury that never quite healed. He lay hidden in the tall grass, overlooking the sheepfold as the sun dipped low behind the hills. One lamb, just one. That's all it would take to ease this pain. But then a mother ewe gently nudged her tiny newborn, and something twisted hard inside his chest. Memories of his own lost family flooded back, leaving him frozen in place. His name was Ranger. Years ago, he had been fierce and strong, leading his pack through these rugged western hills. They moved like one shadow, hunting what they needed to survive. Then the ranchers came. Traps snapped shut in the night. Guns cracked through the trees. One by one, his mate, his pups, his brothers and sisters, they were gone. Now Ranger was alone. Truly alone. Hunting had become nearly impossible with his bad leg. Every single day was a battle just to find enough food to stay alive. Down in the valley, the young shepherd worked from dawn until dark. He wasn't much more than a boy himself, but he cared for his flock with steady hands and a kind voice. Ranger watched him repair fences, tend to sick lambs, and sit quietly among the sheep on peaceful evenings. There was something about that calm, gentle scene that pulled at the wolf in a way he couldn't understand. Night after night, the temptation grew stronger. Ranger would creep closer to the wooden fence, his yellow eyes glowing in the dark. The hunger screamed at him to leap. "This is who you are," he would growl softly to himself. A hunter, a taker, but each time, something held him back. Once, he got so close that the shepherd's dog caught his scent and chased him deep into the woods. Ranger barely escaped, his bad leg burning with every painful step. He wondered if he was losing his edge, or maybe finding something new. Then came the night that changed everything. A fierce storm rolled through the hills. Rain hammered down hard. Thunder shook the ground. The young shepherd had left earlier that day to get supplies in town and hadn't made it back before dark. Ranger heard the danger before he saw it. The low, threatening growl of a mountain lion circling the sheepfold. The animals inside panicked. Their terrified bleats cut through the storm. Ranger's old instincts pulled him in two directions. Part of him whispered to wait in the shadows. After the lion finished, there would be easy meat for the taking. But a deeper feeling rose up inside him, stronger than hunger. He thought about his lost pups. He thought about the long, empty nights alone. Before he could talk himself out of it, Ranger was charging down the slippery hillside, ignoring the fire shooting through his injured leg. He burst into the sheepfold like the fierce shadow he once was. The fight was brutal and real. The mountain lion was young and powerful, but Ranger used every bit of cunning and experience he had gained over the years. He dodged, he snapped, and he fought with everything he had left. Finally, with a sharp yelp, the big cat turned and disappeared into the stormy night. When the rain finally eased, Ranger stood there among the flock, breathing hard, exhausted, but standing guard. He hadn't taken a single sheep. At first light, the shepherd returned, expecting to find disaster. What he saw stopped him cold. His sheep were safe. And there, in the middle of the fold, was the old wolf. The man slowly raised his rifle. But something in Ranger's tired eyes told the whole story. The shepherd lowered his gun. From that day forward, he began leaving fresh meat and scraps at the edge of the woods every evening. Ranger never went hungry again. More importantly, he found something he thought he'd lost forever, a purpose. No longer just taking from the world, he became its quiet guardian. The wolf who guarded the sheepfold finally felt like he belonged. You know, friends, this story hits close to home. Sometimes life takes away the path we thought was ours. The old ways stop working, and the struggle feels endless. But in those hard moments, we get the chance to choose again. Like Ranger, we can redefine our purpose. We can decide to protect instead of destroy, to build up instead of tear down. Your new calling might be waiting right where you least expect it, if you're brave enough to step into it.